It has been brought to my attention that some of you guys have not quite yet figured out how to make a kit in Arena, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to in this quick unedited video. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to click presets. Now, this shit's the UI is kind of stupid now. So they renamed CQB, it's now Enforcer, Assault, Scout, Marksman are the same. Now there are only 3 pre-made kits, and you can have 3 custom kits. You have to unlock the custom kits as you go. So you start with only 1, and then you can get a second one, and you can get a third one. So let's go ahead and purchase this, and I'll show you how to build a kit. So you're always going to start with these meds in your pocket. Now the important thing when building a kit is you need to look at the bottom left here. We have our meta score. That is the overall accumulation of all of your gear. So you'll see this MP next to everything. That's how much meta score it is. Basically, they limit the different types of gear you can have per class. So Assault can have a lot more firepower, meaning an Assault can have more ammo, better guns, that type of stuff, but they're not going to have a whole lot of utility or defense. If you're playing the CQB class, they can have a lot more armor. Okay, so for the weapons, you cannot filter by all the weapons. You have to filter by type. So if you want to look at assault rifles, you got to click assault rifles. Shotguns, you got to click shotguns. Pistols, you got to select pistols, etc. So let's go ahead and just pick the M4. This is probably the best gun right now. And you see that added 3,600 gear score. So now, we need to put some attachments on this gun. So we're going to go ahead and right-click modding. At this point, it's just like normal Tarkov. So we're going to put the ATP buffer tube on it. We're going to stick the CTR on it. We're going to stick the Stark grip. We're going to take the charging handle off. We're going to put on... You can pick whatever you want to use. I prefer to use this EOTech here. We're going to switch to the low probe gas block. Then we're going to put the RIS-2 on. This is my preference. You can use whatever tickles your fancy. And then we're going to go ahead and put the suppressor on here. Really get the recoil down. And then an RK1 grip. Good all-round grip. And finally, a blue laser. And boom. Here's the M4 that I've been using to play Arena all day. It's very good. We're going to go ahead and click Assemble. Now the rifle has been built. You'll see the rifle on your kit. You'll see the attachments increase the gear score. Now we need to put on our armor and our helmet and all that stuff. So we're going to click here, Gear. And then we're going to, on this first page is Body Armors. The second page is Eyewear. It's divided into the normal eyewear and ballistic glasses for the Condors and the Batwolves. Then we have helmets, gear rigs, active headsets, and face wear. So, I have been using today a lot of the MMAC rig. It's lightweight, it's low gear score relatively in comparison to some, gives you level 4 front and back. That's really all you need. For helmets, I always love to rock a U-lock helmet. The level 4 protection stops rifle rounds a lot of the time, and having the ricochet chance always saves me. Last but not least, we're going to stick on our headphones. This is personal preference. I always use the M32 headphones. Now we're going to go to medicine. Once again, it's divided up. This I typically leave the same. However, I get rid of the Algan and I put on a morphine. The morphine will last the whole game and you can pop it in 2 seconds. You could just hit the morphine at the start of the game. Easy peasy. Next, this is what took me the longest to figure out. You got to put ammo in your gun. So, we're going to go ahead and remove the mag from our gun, and we're going to pick the magazines we want. So for the M4s, it doesn't really matter. I just use these Stanags. So we're going to put the mags in the rig, and then we're going to get the ammo, and we're going to drag it on. And you'll see our gear score going up and up and up, and we are almost at the limit. Make sure to chamber around in the gun. It should say 31 out of 31. If not, you're going to rack the gun every time and lose a bullet. Now, we have a little bit more gear score to play with. So in this case, sometimes you could squeeze out an extra 20 rounds. Not quite on this one. Maybe with the lower tier ammo. With the lower tier with the lower tier ammo, we are able to make it work. I didn't realize this, but SOST actually got buffed. This is better than M855 green tip. Another thing to note is every class has access to different ammos. Assault has access to this M856A1. However, if you're playing Enforcer, you are not going to have access to it. You're only going to have access to the SOST rounds. So, you'll notice that I deleted everything. It's because I backed out before I clicked Save Preset. So, if you want the preset to be... Let's just throw some stuff on here. I'm not going to go back through that. Where is the stuff? So if you want this preset to save, you have to look at the top right. It'll say ready, meaning that you are within the Metascore parameters. At this point, you can enter a name. So we're just going to write test. Then we're going to go ahead and click save preset, save the changes. At this point, you can back out, and now your preset is here and ready to use. Something I've noticed is that losing a game doesn't cost you any rubles, and you do not have to spend rubles to buy a kit anymore. Instead, the way it works is you use rubles to unlock your kit. So you'll notice that this looks just like Hired Ops or Call of Duty or any other game where as you level up, you have to level up to gain new guns. So for instance, the spear, you need to be level 20. But for the SA-58, you need to complete 8 daily tasks and be level 12. And you have to spend 40 GP coins. You get the GP coins by doing tasks. You get rubles from doing tasks and from winning. Alright guys, that's roughly how to build a kit. You should be able to get the hang of it at this point. One final thing I will say, the MP7 is absolutely fire. Check this thing out, FMJ rounds, 40 penetration. Definitely try this build right here. I'll go ahead and show it to you. Alright guys, I hope you're having an absolutely amazing wipe. I'll catch you back here in the next episode.